Senate will come to order. Ms. Cole, please call the roll.
Senators Bridges, Buckner, Coleman,
Excused.
Cook, Coram,
Excused.
Danielson,
Excused.
Donovan, Fenberg, Fields,
Excused.
Gardner, Janal, Gonzalez, Hanson,
Here.
Heisey, Holbert, Jaquez Lewis,
Good morning.
Kirkmeyer, Kolker, Lee, Liston, Lundin, Moreno, Pedersen, Priola, Rankin, Rodriguez, Scott,
Here.
Simpson, Smallwood, Sonnenberg,
Good morning.
Story, Winter, Woodward,
Here.
Zenzinger. Mr. President,
Here. With 31 present, 0 absent, 4 excused, we have a quorum. Will the good senator from Brighton please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Everyone please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag
Approval of the journal. Senator Gonzalez.
Gracias, Presidente. I move that the reading of the journal of Thursday, February 17, 2022 be dispensed with and that the journal be approved and corrected as corrected by the Secretary.
You have heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The motion is adopted. Senate Services.
correctly print correctly printed, correctly introduced, Senate Bill 135, correctly engrossed, Senate Bill 78, Senate Joint Resolution 2, correctly re-engrossed, Senate Bills 20, 23, 28, 30, 34, 54, 91, and 102, correctly re-revised, House Bills 1170, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, and 97.
Committee reports.
February 17th, 2022, Committee on Education. After consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following: Senate Bill 71 be postponed indefinitely. February 17, 2022, the Committee on Education. After consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following: Senate Bill 121 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation and with a recommendation that it be placed on the consent calendar. February 17, 2022, Committee on Education has had under consideration and has a hearing on the following appointments and recommends that the appointments be placed on the consent calendar and confirm member of the Board of Trustees for the University of Northern Colorado effective December 31st, 2021 for a term expiring December 31st, 2025. Annette Martinez of Windsor, Colorado to serve as an unaffiliated appointed. February 17, 2022, the Committee on Education has had under consideration and has had a hearing on the following appointments and recommends that the appointments be placed on the consent calendar and confirm member of the Colorado Student Leaders Institute Executive Board for a term expiring July 7, 2023, Oscar Felix, PhD of Fort Collins, Colorado, to serve as a person employed as a teaching faculty or administrator at an institution of higher institution, education, Colorado, reappointed. February 17, 2022, Committee on Education has had under consideration and has had a hearing on the following appointments and recommends that the appointments be placed on the consent calendar. Confirm members of the Board of Governors of the Colorado State University System effective December 31st, 2021 for terms expiring December 31st, 2025. Luis Martin of Rush, Colorado, to serve as a member who has substantial experience in the production of agriculture and as an unaffiliated appointed. Kenzo Kawanabe of Denver, Colorado, to serve as an unaffiliated appointed. Elizabeth Markey of Fort Collins, Colorado, to serve as a Democrat appointed. February 17, 2022, the Committee on State Veterans and Military Affairs, after consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following: Senate Bill 42 be amended as follows, and as so amended be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation with recommendation that be placed on the consent calendar. February 17, 2022, Committee on State Veterans and Military Affairs, after consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following: Senate Bill 81 be amended as follows, and as so amended be referred to the Committee on Finance with favorable recommendation. February 17, 2022, Committee on State Veterans and Military Affairs, after consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following: Senate Bill 76 be amended as follows, and as so amended be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation. February 17, 2022, Committee on State Veterans and Military Affairs, after consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following: Senate Bill 73 be postponed indefinitely. February 17, 2022, Committee on State Veterans and Military Affairs, after consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following: Senate Bill 111 be postponed indefinitely. February 17, 2022, the Committee on Agriculture and Natural Resources has had under consideration and has had a hearing on the following appointment and recommends that the appointment be placed on the consent calendar and confirmed member of the Coal Mine Board of Examiners for a term expiring July 1st, 2025. Michael Greg McFarland of Dolores, Colorado, to serve as a coal mine owner, operator, manager, or other mine official actively engaged in underground mining, reappointed. February 17, 2022. The Committee on Agriculture and Natural Resources has had under consideration and has had a hearing on the following appointments and recommends that the appointments be placed on the consent calendar and confirm members of the Mine Land Reclamation Board for terms expiring March 1st, 2025. Jill Neslin of Golden, Colorado, to serve as a representative of the mining industry, appointed. Patrick Ortiz of Monte Vista, Colorado, to serve as an individual with substantial experience in conservation, appointed. February 17, 2022, the Committee on Agriculture and Natural Resources, after consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following: Senate Bill 134 be referred favorably to the Committee on Appropriations. February 17, 2022, Committee on Judiciary, after consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following: Senate Bill 55 be amended as follows, and as so amended be referred to the Committee on Appropriations with favorable recommendation. February 17, 2022, Committee on Judiciary, after consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following: Senate Bill 100 be amended as follows, and as so amended be referred to the Committee on Appropriations with favorable recommendation.
Introduction of bills.
House Bill 1008, Representative Tipper and Soper, Senators Fenberg and Winter, concerning the federal requirements for the implementation of fertility coverage under health benefit plans. House Bill 1054, Representative Benavides. I'm sorry.
Health and Human Services.
House Bill 1054, Representative Benavides and Bacon, Senator Coleman, concerning funding to improve socioeconomic conditions for Indians.
State Veterans and Military Affairs.
House Bill 1057, Representatives Bradfield and McLaughlin, Senators Woodward and Zenzinger, concerning Public Employees Retirement Association employment after retirement limitations.
Education.
Senate Bill 1074, Representatives Amabile and Senators Heisey concerning certain traffic violations on the Interstate 70 peak period shoulder lanes.
Transportation and Energy.
House Bill 1088, Representatives Valdez D. and Will, Senators Liston and Lee concerning peace officer status for certain Department of Revenue employees.
Judiciary.
House Bill 1117, Representatives Robertson Catlin, Senators Quorum and Donovan concerning the use of revenue from local tax on lodging.
Finance. Third reading of bills, final passage. Will the clerk please read the title to Senate Bill 078? Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move Senate Bill 78 lay over until February 22nd.
You have heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the motion is adopted. Senate Bill 078 will be laid over until 2/22 and retain its place on the calendar. General order, second reading of bills, consent calendar. Senator Zenzinger.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the Senate resolve itself into the Committee of the Whole for consideration of General Order, second reading of bills, consent calendar.
You have heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, no. The ayes having the motion is adopted. The Senate resolve itself into the Committee of the Whole for consideration of General Order, second reading of bills, consent calendar, and Senator Zenzinger will take the chair.
The committee will come to order and the court rule is relaxed. Will the clerk please read the title of all the bills on the General Order, second reading of bills, consent calendar?
Senate Bill 75, Senator Simpson and Representative Catlin concerning removal by a Board of County Commissioners of a director on the Board of Directors of a cemetery district. Senate Bill 108, Senators Liston and Representative Valdez D. concerning documentation requirements to demonstrate the weight of certain trucks that are more than 4,500 pounds but not more than 10,000 pounds.
Majority Leader Fenberg.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move for the adoption of all the bills on General Order, second reading of bills, consent calendar, and their associated committee reports, which includes Senate Bill 75 and Senate Bill 108, along with the Transportation and Energy Committee report.
Is there any discussion on any of the committee reports? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of all the committee reports on General Order, second reading of bills, consent calendar. All of those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the committee reports are adopted. Is there any discussion on any of the bills on consent calendar? The motion before the body is the adoption of all the bills on General Order, second reading of bills, consent calendar. All of those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the bills are adopted. Majority Leader Fenberg.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move the committee rise and report.
The motion is to rise and report. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The committee will rise and report.
The Senate will come to order. Senator Zenzinger.
Thank you, Mr. President. Your committee has met and had a number of bills under consideration. Will the clerk please read the report?
Mr. President, your Committee of the Whole begs leave to report that it has had under consideration the following attached bills, being the second reading thereof, and makes the following recommendations thereon. Senate Bill 75 and Senate Bill 108 as amended, passed on second reading and ordered engrossed and placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage.
Senator Zenzinger.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the committee report.
The motion is for the adoption of the Committee of the Whole report. Are there any no votes? With 31 ayes, 0 no, 0 absent, and 4 excused, the Committee of the Whole report is adopted. Senate Bill 075, Senate Bill 108, as amended, passed on second reading and ordered engrossed and placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage. General order, second reading of bills. Senator Zenzinger.
I move that the Senate resolve itself into the Committee of the Whole for consideration of General Order, second reading of bills.
You have heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, no. The ayes having the motion is adopted, and the Senate will resolve itself in the Committee of the Whole for consideration of General Order, second reading of bills, and Senator Zenzinger will take the chair.
The The committee will come to order and the coat rule is relaxed. Will the clerk please read the title to Senate Bill 65?
Senate Bill 65, Senators Heisey and Story, concerning the status of elected county coroners in Class 2, 3, and 4 counties.
Senator Heisey.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move Senate Bill 65 on second reading.
And Senator Heisey.
Thanh you. Senate Bill 65
Senator Heisey, can you please move the
deals with
local
the
government report?
coroners. Oh,
Senator Heisey.
thank you, Madam Chair. I move the committee report.
To the report?
Thank you. The Madam Chair, apologies, first time this year. 65 deals with
Could you explain what happened on the committee report, in the committee report, and then we'll adopt it, hopefully, pending your explanation.
Thank you, Madam Chair. That's actually what I thought I was doing. The committee amendments, the committee report, without telling you what the bill is, it's really hard to explain what the amendments do. But they make it so that the coroners, who, by the way, that's what this bill is about, have to negotiate with the county commissioners, or at least consult with the county commissioners before they could have a change of employment status.
Is there any discussion on the committee report? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the committee report is adopted. Senator Heisey.
Thank you, Madam Chair. To the bill. The bill is about our county coroners in categories 2, 3, and 4 counties. Category 1 counties are the largest, Category 6 are the smallest, so these are the mid-sized counties. Currently, the coroners are at half-time status with half-time pay. That probably made sense 100 years ago or whenever this was put into place, but through the years, both through population increase, which results in more deaths and more work for the county coroners, and also through regulation that has been placed on the coroners for various investigations, reporting, and those types of things. We find that our coroners in many of those mid-sized counties are either working full-time or should be working full-time. And in fact, it's to the point where in many of those counties, the coroners have staff that are making more money than they are. So we have put this bill together that says that the coroners and the commissioners need to get together and determine if their county would benefit from having a full-time coroner. In some cases, it will actually save counties money because they won't have to hire either additional staff or as much staff.
Senator Story.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And it's a pay equity issue as well, because especially in the larger counties that we're discussing in this bill, they are working full-time and or very close to full-time. And in the slightly smaller counties that are also included in this bill, it's incredibly difficult to find a part-time job to subsidize their salaries from the coroner position because they're on call 24/7. And many of them, like I said, work full-time hours anyway, 24/7, year-round, 365 days a year. So this is an important equity issue to pay them for the hours that they are indeed working.
Senator Heisey.
Thank you. Just an additional note, in some of these counties, the coroner may well wish to remain part-time. I know of one where the doctor, an MD in the county, is the county coroner. if that doctor chooses to keep his or her practice going, they will be able to do that and then hire staff as the commissioners set the budget. So this is voluntary. It is not a mandatory something on either the coroner or the commissioners.
Is there any further discussion? Senator Liston.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Members, I sit on the Local Government Committee, where this bill was heard, and I just wanted to let you know that, number one, that we passed this bill unanimously out of committee, 5-0. And, really hearing from a number of the coroners from both large counties as well as the medium counties and other ancillary stories, these coroners do work extremely hard, especially in the medium-sized counties. And they do an excellent job. I won't say that they're overworked, but they certainly need some additional help. And like the good senator from Jefferson County said, to a certain degree, it's a pay equity. Just because the coroners want it, they have to it has to be approved by the various county commissioners. I certainly am glad to have met the coroners that I did in the environment that I met them versus the environment that they normally work in. So this is a good bill, and I would urge an aye vote.
Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of Senate Bill 65. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the bill is adopted. Will the clerk please read the title to Senate Bill 59?
Senate Bill 59, Senator Holbert, Representatives Hooton and Ransom, concerning limitations regarding a proxy that a unit owner in a common interest community obtains from another unit owner in the common interest community to vote on behalf of the other unit owner at a meeting of the Unit Owners Association.
Minority Leader Holbert.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move Senate Bill 59 and the committee report from the Local Government Committee.
Is there any discussion on the Local Government Committee report? Minority Leader Holbert.
Thank you, Madam Chair. In the committee, the committee did approve a couple of amendments that reworded lines 2 through 3 on page 2, and then struck lines 1 through 14 on page 3. Ask for an aye vote.
Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, the motion is the adoption of the committee report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the report is adopted. To the bill, Minority Leader Holbert.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Senate Bill 59 seeks to address something in HOA law, Kiowa. And I kind of made the promise to myself that in my last session I wouldn't run a liquor bill or an HOA bill, and here I am. I want to thank the chair of the Local Government Committee and also all 5 members of the Local Government Committee for the discussion about the bill before the committee hearing and during the committee hearing. I also want to thank the constituents who came to testify either in person or remotely on Senate Bill 59. The problem that Senate Bill 59 is seeking to address is that there are some HOAs, and I emphasize the word some because that's a different word from all. I've described this problem and I've had people say, well, that's not the way it works in my HOA, and I'm one of those. It doesn't work this way in my HOA. But in some HOAs, some people have used proxies to gain long-term or even permanent control by a few in the HOA over the many. And control of a few over the many, to me, sounds like tyranny. And tyranny is the opposite of liberty. Liberty is the absence of tyranny. And I offer that perspective because there are some folks outside the Capitol who value liberty very highly, who have taken an opposed position on Senate Bill 59, which seems somewhat contrary to liberty, when the intent of Senate Bill 59 is to bring liberty to the many at the cost of tyranny held by the few. So, what does Senate Bill 59 do now? All it does with lines 2 through 14 on page 3 out. It doesn't limit percentage of proxies that any person can hold in an HOA election. It doesn't do any of that. Sections B5 and B7 are out. There were reasons that we were trying to break up oligarchy or tyranny in HOAs with those, but we didn't have the votes to move the bill through committee, and there was opposition. So all the bill does now, and I do want to call out especially the good senator from Centennial who pointed to the fact that state law currently does limit proxies to 11 months. However, the current proxy language can be found on page 2, line 17, and line 1 of page 3. A proxy terminates 11 months after its date unless it provides otherwise. Unless it provides otherwise, and that's current statute. Senate Bill 59 would strike "it provides otherwise" and replace that with a proxy terminates 11 months after its date unless the proxy itself indicates an earlier termination date. So you could have a proxy that lasts up to 11 months, or with Senate Bill 59, it expires before 11 months. Why is that going to be helpful in some HOAs, and I am confident would not hurt any HOA? I believe the underlying statute was intended to say proxies would not last more than 11 months unless they specify otherwise. They might last less. But what some people have done is craft proxies to be indefinite. And that means that sometimes people who live in common interest communities, HOAs, they sometimes run for their HOA board and lose because their vote is used against them in their campaign. How? Somebody else is holding their vote by proxy that does not expire. And that is how we find in some HOAs what I refer to as oligarchy or even tyranny of a few over the many. And with Senate Bill 59, thanks to the chair of the local government committee and the members of her committee and the thorough discussion, this one little clarifying bit will actually bring liberty to the people of Colorado who live in common interest communities. So thank you, Madam Chair, for your patience as I explain this. But for those folks outside the Capitol who value liberty, I really encourage you to reevaluate the amended version of Senate Bill 59 and either take a neutral position or even an enthusiastic yes, because the intent is to break up tyranny and break up the control of a few to benefit the many. Thank you, Madam Chair. Ask for an aye vote.
Is there any further discussion on Senate Bill 59? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of Senate Bill 59. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and Senate Bill 59 will be adopted in the name of liberty. Will the clerk please read the title to Senate Bill 49?
Senate Bill 49, Senators Fields and Gardner, Representatives Tipper and Carver, concerning updating the Victim Rights Act.
Senator Gardner.
Thank you, Madam Chair. It is pleasing to have the rapt attention of everyone on the Senate floor on this wonderful Friday morning. I move Senate Bill 49 and the Judiciary Committee report.
To the report.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Members, this is overall is an update to the Victims' Rights Act. The Judiciary Committee report contains several very closely negotiated changes negotiated amongst the victims' rights stakeholders, public defenders, and the district attorneys. I will spare you going through each and every one of them. It's a very technical bill, and if you care to question me here, I'll be happy to answer at length, and I urge an aye vote on the report.
Is there any further discussion on the committee report? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of the committee report. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the committee report is adopted. To the bill, Senator Gardner.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Senate Bill 49 is updating the Colorado Victims' Rights Act. The VRA periodically is reviewed to ensure that we have included all of the crimes for which VRA rights should be afforded to the victims of those crimes. A large part of that has to do with ensuring the rights are afforded to the victims, and I ask for an aye vote.
Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of Senate Bill 49. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the bill is adopted. Majority Leader Fenberg.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move the committee rise and report.
The motion before the body is to rise and report. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The committee will rise and report.
The Senate will come to order. Senator Zenzinger.
Thank you, Mr. President. Your committee has met and had a number of bills under consideration. Will the clerk please read the report?
Mr. President, your committee begs leave to report that it has had under consideration the following attached bills, being the second reading thereof, and makes the following recommendations thereon. Senate Bill 65 is amended. Senate Bill 59 is amended. Senate Bill 49 is amended, passed on second reading, and ordered and engrossed and placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage.
Senator Zenzinger.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for the adoption of the report.
Motion is for the adoption of the committee of the whole report. Are there any no votes? With 31 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, and 4 excused, committee of the whole report is adopted. Senate Bill 065 is amended. Senate Bill 059 is amended. Senate Bill 049 is amended. Passed on second reading, ordered, engrossed, and placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage. Consideration of governor's appointments consent calendar. Will the clerk please read all of the appointments listed on the consent calendar?
Members of the Clean Fleet Enterprise for terms expiring September 28, 2024, Carlos Gonzalez of Colorado Springs, Colorado, to serve as an individual from a disproportionately impacted community, appointed. Greg Fulton of Denver, Colorado, to serve as an expert in transportation, appointed. Tim Reeser of Johnstown, Colorado, to serve as an expert in motor vehicle fleet electrification, appointed. Humaseth of Arvada, Colorado, to serve as a representative of a business that operates a motor vehicle fleet, appointed. For terms expiring September 28, 2025, Will Allison of Denver, Colorado, to serve as an air quality expert, appointed. John Thayer of Boulder, Colorado, to serve as an expert in business or supply chain management, appointed. Member of the Colorado Aeronautical Board, effective December 20, 2021, for a term expiring December 19, 2024. Kenneth Maimpa of Mountain Village, Colorado, to serve as a representative of local government that operates airports on the Western Slope, reappointed.
Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for the confirmation of all the appointments listed on the consent calendar, which includes members of the Clean Fleet Enterprise and members of the Colorado Aeronautical Board.
Is there any discussion? The motion is a confirmation of all the appointments listed on the consent calendar. Are there any no votes on any of the confirmations, the appointments? With 31 aye votes, 0 no, 0 absent, and 4 excused, those appointments are confirmed. Announcements. Senator Sonnenberg.
Thank you, Mr. President. May I have a moment of personal privilege?
Granted.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members, I want us to think about a couple of things. Denver today, as I understand it, is lifting their mask mandate. I don't know if anybody in the chamber has masks on except our staff and our sergeants. Thank you. I see good Senator from Denver does have her mask on. What I am suggesting is that we relook at this and allow our sergeants and allow our staff to not wear masks unless, of course, they want to. I think it's important that we also do the same thing for the lobby. It's time to allow people to have personal responsibility and do as they see fit what is best for them. And the second thing I wanted to bring up, Mr. President, is our current policy with regard to meeting rooms in the People's House. And this truly is the People's House, Mr. President. Currently, you can only have a meeting room if a legislator is with that group. The legislator that reserved that room is with that group 100% of the time. If we want groups and people to participate and be active in this process and have these conversations, we shouldn't require a legislator to babysit the group in order for them to come to their house and meet to talk about their policies. Mr. President, I would ask that the executive committee and those that are in charge have those discussions and allow people back into the People's House to meet, to deal with these policies that we're bringing before them. Thank you for the time, Mr. President.
Further announcements. Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members, just a reminder that we will be closed this coming Monday, February 21st, for President Garcia Day. Please do something to celebrate. And then we will return here on Tuesday, February 22nd. A reminder, we will start at 10 a.m. that day, as it is the first day of the work week. So it's a Tuesday, but we will be starting at 10, not 9, 10 a.m. And otherwise, I hope everybody has a great weekend. We have finished all the work here at the desk, so we will be adjourning. Mr. President, I move that the Senate adjourn until Tuesday, February 22nd at 10 a.m.
Members, enjoy your weekend. Be safe traveling back to your district. You have heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, no. The ayes having the motion is adopted. The Senate will stand in adjournment until 10:00 hours on Tuesday, February 22nd, 2022.